Please don't put my leaf on the ground. My 6-year-old daughter Claire is a collector. She doesn't collect anything in particular, just things she fancies, rocks and sticks, cardboard boxes, and pieces of paper. This isn't uncommon. Every family seems to have at least one collector. Once when we were young, my family had to leave a restaurant at my younger brother Logan's behest because he couldn't bring himself to part with the soft-serve ice cream cone he had just constructed. As he described it, the ice cream had a perfect swirl. I've never been sure why my parents relented and ushered us out of the restaurant to hurriedly travel home with this precious artifact like we were ferrying a heart ready for transplant, but they did. The ice cream cone with the perfect swirl remained on display in the family freezer for some time after. My daughter's a lot like that. A while back, Claire found a big leaf she wanted to keep. To be fair, it was a nice leaf. A tree star big and beautiful enough to make Littlefoot jealous. We were hiking or doing some such outdoor activity. Claire gave me the leaf for safekeeping, and I threw it on one of the seats in our truck. We went about our business, and when we returned to the truck to load up, I took the leaf and set it on the truck floor. Claire looked at me and said very calmly but assertively, "Please don't put my leaf on the ground." I apologized. Claire was very serious about the matter. To her, the leaf was special. It wasn't important to me, but it was important to her. And that's why I meant it when I said I was sorry. We all value different things, and it's important to respect those values. The world right now seems to be in a pretty divisive place. We've got a lot of people putting other people's leaves on the ground. Now, I can't let Claire keep everything she wants to collect. If I did, our house would be filled floor to ceiling with all manner of knick-knack and bauble. It's not practical for me to allow her to collect everything. I also need to provide Claire with structure and limits. I need to teach her to evaluate what she really wants. But if she feels strongly about something, I need to respect that too. We've certainly had time when her strong feelings don't coalesce with mine, and I'm certain we'll have many more such occasions as she gets older. But not putting someone's leaf on the ground isn't about blindly acquiescing. It's about respecting the other party's values. My parents didn't submit every time Logan wanted to collect something. Eventually, my mother gave Logan a box. Whatever he wanted to collect, within reason, went into the box. Once the box was full, it was dumped and filled again. No, my parents weren't complacent with any of us. They didn't typically allow us to dictate situations like when we left a restaurant. But perhaps they realized in that particular moment the value Logan placed on that perfect cone was worth more than us taking our time leaving a meal we'd already finished. I try to be the same way with Claire. I make her leave her walking sticks on the trail and return her rocks to their place of origin, but there are also days I head home with a pocket full of leaves. For me, it's a judgment call, a balance between allowing Claire the freedom to enjoy her collecting and my goal of helping Claire develop into a responsible, productive, emotionally intelligent human being. That's the great challenge of parenting, I suppose, deciding where and when to set boundaries and limitations, trying to provide enough structure and enough freedom for real growth. I am certain I regularly fail to set the boundary in the Goldilocks zone of human development where everything will come out just right. But I try to strike a balance. I make myself have a reason for every limit I set on my children. I also try to explain those reasons to Mickey and Claire. Beyond that, I just try to pay attention. I try to observe how they're feeling, ask them questions, and listen to their side of things. I don't win every conversation either. Sure, there have been plenty of occasions when Claire wants to bring home some random souvenir, and I ask her if she will really use the item again, or if she wants to have an extra thing to organize when she has to clean her room. In such cases, Claire often relents willingly. But there are times she bests me as well. If, for instance, Claire asks to keep a shoebox, I'll ask why. If she says she wants to make a bed for her Barbies, I'll agree. Creativity and productivity are highly valued characteristics in our house. And I know my daughter won't just shove her Barbies into the box. She'll color and cut and tape the box until it becomes something new and wondrous. In those cases, everybody wins. Claire values her box, and I value her creativity. Beyond that, Claire gets an opportunity to be in the conversation in a meaningful way, to build self-efficacy and develop skills for asserting herself in a positive way. She also gets the pride that comes from convincing me, an adult, to see her side of things. What I get, or at least what I hope I get, is a relationship with my daughter based on open communication and mutual respect. It's the long game for me. I want my daughter to feel like she can talk with her father someday when she has greater concerns than a Barbie bed. If I had flatly told Claire she couldn't keep the box just because I didn't want the extra clutter and the extra mess of markers and tape and scissors and glue that was sure to follow, I think I would have lost more than I gained. Although it might seem insignificant, if I had scoffed when Claire asked me to please not put her leaf on the ground, if I had told her it was just a leaf, I would have done irreparable damage. I would have chipped away at our shared respect and openness. That's a price I'm not willing to pay for a leaf-free truck. Again, my kids don't run the show. Claire didn't get to keep that leaf for very long, but by showing respect for what Claire cares about, I show respect for Claire. I might be the captain of the team, but my kids are equal members. We're in it all together. Sadly, I think that's something we forget. In the world right now, we have too many people unwilling to respect what others deem valuable. We forget the things we value are representations of ourself. And if we disrespect the things someone cares about, we are disrespecting that person. I'm not saying there should be no disagreements, no boundaries. In much the same way my brother Logan's collection was limited to his box, regulations and limitations can be good. But there also needs to be frank and open discussion. When Claire wants to keep something, we discuss what's really important to her and what she's willing to give up. We have an honest discussion, and we compromise. Compromise is an outward display of respect, and it is key for us as a society moving forward. There are certain times to dig in one's heels, but we can stand our ground without removing respect. We can fight for our beliefs without damaging others. There's just never a good reason to put someone's leaf on the ground. Thank you.